Would y'all believe me if I said this was a crochet hair install and not a quick weave or a sew-in? This install it down so good. What is going on, beautiful people? I am Chef B. If you're new here, welcome, wagwan. Make sure you're subscribed down below. I am so excited for this install. We're about to use this crochet hair from Omgherhair.com. This is their Burmese curly premium crochet human hair. I got this in 24 inches, 4 bundles, and each bundle come with 50 pieces of hair, which makes it 60 grams per bundle. I did have a 5th bundle, but I literally use just a little bit, so it depends on the thickness that you want. Now let's get into the braiding pattern of this install. So I saw a tutorial by 𝐷. Loved how she did it. However, we're going to tweak it a little bit because I don't want to cut the hair out. I want to reuse it and I want the install to come out easily. So I did a side part leave out. So I have my leave out here in the front, and then you see the side corner, and then I have in the back because I want to put this hair in a ponytail. So I want all the good stuff. I want it to look like a versatile sew-in. So then I have a braid going along my leave out, and this is going to be very important. And then I have a second braid along that braid going on the side, going to the back. And then the middle part, I have this extra 2 braids along there. So that's 4 braids behind my leave out, and then everything else in the middle is just some big old braids. Now let me show you why I did the 2 cornrows along my leave out and in this particular direction. So first we're going to crochet the first piece of hair, and when I crochet that in, I'm going to pull the hair through the bottom of that first braid beside my leave out, and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like once we have done this entire section. So again, crochet the hair on that second braid, and then once you create your loop, I'm only doing 1 loop and I'm pulling 1 piece of hair outside of the hair through the loop, and then I pull both pieces through and under that first braid. And I'm going to continue to do that. If you need to slow this video down, it's so much better to see the demonstration than me trying to explain it, because honestly, I'm a visual learner. I learned this technique by watching a video and then applying it myself. So we're going to continue doing that same process. What I want you to do also is, you don't want these braids to be too tiny or too tight, because remember, you're pulling hair underneath it, but also you want it to be small enough where it will be disguised when your leave out is supposed to cover the hair. We do this technique, or I seen this technique rather. It's a way of covering that extra threading that is used for the loop of the crochet here, because when you just do it, you can see the threading. Sometimes I've seen some people do the tutorial and I'm seeing the thread. I don't want to see the thread, babes. I want this to be flat, and I want it to look like a sew-in. And plus, what I love about this is the less tension, and my scalp is breathing. Like, I love that. I don't have to do a quick weave to achieve this look. I don't have to do a sew-in where it feels like my roots are about to come out. This is perfection. I'm like, this is totally genius once I saw this technique. And once I flip the hair backwards, girl, threading where everything is covered, it's gonna look so bob once my hair is blended with this. I already saw the vision. No, you want to make sure that you're sticking with the technique and do not go rogue, because remember, the technique is about how you're going to take down the hair. It's not as complicated as it seems, because I am putting on the hair onto my cornrows. So once I release those cornrows in the back to take it down, you're just unbraiding your hair and the hair is gonna slide out. Stick to the technique. Don't be crocheting the hair across multiple braids and making it big and bulky. No, stick to the technique. You use conditioner to wet your braids, and then you unbraid it. Like, I promise you, it's not going to be complicated as long as you stick to the technique and you don't go rogue. So far, I have used this 1 bundle, and I'm going to go around my perimeter with this first bundle. I'm going to full out the space as much as I can. And guys, do you see that flip over? Like, girl, we're about to be versatile with this, okay? Like, I'm like, yes to this flip over look. So not only can I do a clean parting side part, but I can also do a flip over method if I want to use the other side. So this is what we're looking at so far, we're still on that first bundle. Honestly, when I started, I'm like, oh my god, is this gonna use too much hair to do this? But no, focus on that first bundle with the perimeter. Just do the first bundle with this perimeter. This is the first bundle. This is the first bundle with just a little bit left, and I'm like, okay, I was a little bit scared I'm gonna use too much, but yeah, we're good. Now we're on to the second bundle, and I'm just going to fill in the hair now. Now I'm starting with the back, and when starting with the back with that second bundle, don't do it too tight. A lot of times when we use hair, we tend to do too much in the back, and then it's too heavy in the back. You don't have enough hair in the front. So I'm gonna do it sparsely. I'm not going to do it too close together in the back with that second bundle. And as you see, I'm going along my cornrows. So like I said, stick to each cornrow. We already did that going along the back vertically in the back, so that when you do a updo or whatever, you're not gonna see the cornrows. So that's the whole point of going sideways with the braid in the back. So I'm just gonna continue, and this is 2 bundles of hair so far, and she's looking full with those 2 bundles. So we're halfway through, and this is our 3rd bundle. So now it's time to fill out all them spaces. I'm going along my braids again, and I'm just gonna fill in where I see fit. Now, once I get to the middle going up to the top, as you can see, I don't just use one piece pulling through the crochet loop. I use both pieces. So this is just a way to go faster. And also I feel like it makes the back and the middle look fuller, as opposed to separating the hair by pulling one piece through. I just pull both through when I'm in the back, and it goes so much faster. This was faster than doing a quick weave for me. Well, maybe not a quick weave. It's about the same time as doing a quick weave, but for sure faster than doing a sew-in. Now we're on to our 4th bundle, and do you see how full this hair is? Girl, at this point, we're just filling in areas, filling in where we think needs to fit in, okay? All them gaps that we have, we're just using that 4th bundle to give us super fullness. And now I can be a little bit extra. So I did open my 5th bundle and literally probably used like 10 strands of hair. I didn't even need to open that bundle, but I was just being extra, and I'm like, yeah girl, let's just do a little bit extra. But honestly, I felt like the 4 bundles would have been fine. But if you're a girl like me and you like a big hair, and it also depends on the shape of your head and how big or small your head is, how many bundles you need, because on the website it recommends 3 to 5 bundles for a head. So you will be the judge of how big you think your head is and how much hair you think you might need. Like I said, it's 50 pieces in a bundle. That's 60 grams of hair per bundle. So use that to decide how much hair you want, or how much hair do you typically use, how much grams of hair, and you just use that and pick how many you need on the website. Y'all, do you see that pullback? Do you see the front right there? Do you see the front right there? Thread wear. You're not seeing the loops or anything. She is flat. So now I'm just going to go in with some water, and then I'm going to use a curling cream. To do this, the curling cream was perfect because with mousse, a lot of times it weighs the hair down and it looks like a wet look when you're done. I don't want a wet look. I want the hair to be its natural Burmese texture. So I'm using a curling cream. It's lightweight and it's still gonna give you that super definition. So I go in and saturate the hair with water, use the curling cream, and distribute that all through the hair. So I just run my fingers with it after I detangle, and then if I need to go in with some more water, I'll spray some more water on there, and then I go in with a detangling brush. And girl, the curl is popping. This hair is so beautiful. Now it's time to blend the leave out, and you know this is one of the most important parts, because you can do all this install and the leave out does not blend, then you're upset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten my roots, because again, this is a Burmese texture. Obviously this is not my natural texture. My natural texture is more of a 4-type curl pattern, and so I'm going to go in with my flat iron and just release the coils in my roots. We're not doing a full straightening, not all the way to the end. That is it. And then once I've straightened my roots, I'm just going to take some of the hair along the perimeter of my leave out. And that is why also that perimeter is important when we did the braiding pattern. It's going to help with our leave out. So I put some more of that curling cream on mostly the ends of my hair, not the root. But you can put it on the root if you don't have problem with your hair reverting. Sometimes my hair revert with wet products, but it's a cream, so it's not too bad. So I put it on my hair, and then I start twisting. Make sure the hair is detangled, because it is going to be important that the hair is detangled when you unravel this twist out. So make sure you detangle the hair, then you start twisting your hair into it. So I put some more water on the ends just to make sure that it's detangled, and also that I keep the curl patterns at the end for when it's time to remove the twist out. So we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Put some of that curling cream with your hair along with the crochet hair, detangle, and then start twisting. So the direction of the twist depends on you. Honestly, I just went with wherever my hand felt like going, because like you see, they're both going in the same direction but not inwards. You know what I'm saying? Like I twist in a particular direction. I don't know, girl. It's just my hand movement. I don't know. So detangle, and then I'm going to twist down. Now you can go ahead and touch up wherever you feel the need to. I just put some more water on certain areas, put some curling cream, and this is how the hair is looking. The hair is somewhat dry, but I want to go in with my Dyson ID curl diffuser, and I'm just going to dry the hair a bit, especially the top where my hair is, the crochet hair in the front, because I got low porosity hair. It takes a while for my hair to dry, and so we're gonna need that extra help with the diffuser. When I went on vacation, I did not have a diffuser, so I let it air dry, and y'all, it was so freaking bomb. I can't wait for y'all to see like my little updates where this hair, once y'all see that vlog. Oh my gosh, beautiful. It held up so well. Now I realized that I did need a little bit more drying in the front, so I'm going to go in with the diffuser to help me somewhat so that I can dry that some more. And then take your time and unravel the hair. It will help if you put some oil all around your hand to help, you know, to prevent the frizzing of your hair once you're pulling out the twist out, and to keep the hair somewhat in place so it doesn't look like, you know, too dry or anything like that. So this one is looking like, girl, once I pulled out that twist out and I'm looking at the leave out, I'm like, girl, oh my god. Even when my hair didn't like lay flat onto the hair itself, because of the technique where you're not seeing the thread, it was still disguised, and I'm loving it. I'm using the 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐒 edge control. Y'all, that ish don't work in tropical weather, but it does what it needs to do, kind of, somewhat. I use the yellow got2b glue to help to hold down my edges. But sister, look at the fullness of this hair. Oh my god, this has to be one of the best installs I've ever did. And I was taking a chance on this because, girl, I'm going on a trip the next day, so it had to work. And y'all, look at this ponytail. When sis puts her hair in a little ponytail, girl, because with a quick weave it won't lay this flat for me to put it in a ponytail. But sister, I can do a flip over. I have my side part. I can do a ponytail, half up, half down. The leave out is blended. She is gorgeous. I am obsessed. Let me know what you think about this hair, this technique, this style. OMG, her hair did their big one with this Burmese hair. Like, girl, loving it. We did something spectacular today. All the details for this hair will be in the description box down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love y'all so much for watching. Go and big up on yourself. Bye guys.